I am the warden of Shawshank Prison, but I will ultimately have to end my sinful life with death. Within the high walls of the prison, I am the absolute authority. Shawshank Prison is the stage for me to realize my ambitions. When Andy first arrived, he didn't really catch my eye. He was just a banker sentenced to life, a poor wretch abandoned by fate. However, as time went on, I gradually discovered that this taciturn prisoner was no ordinary man. He had an extraordinary intellect, a cool head, and, more importantly, an unbreakable spirit. This spirit threatened me. I began to use Andy's talents to handle my financial affairs and launder my money. I needed his expertise to cover up my crimes, and he seemed to be happy with the arrangement. He brought me benefits and also brought some improvements to the prisoners in prison. However, I never really trusted him. I always regarded him as a tool, a pawn that could be discarded at any time. As time went on, Andy's influence in prison grew. He not only won the respect of the prisoners, but also the approval of some prison guards. His presence made me feel an unprecedented pressure. I began to monitor his behavior more closely, trying to find his weak points and subdue him completely. However, Andy's plan had long since been beyond my control. He secretly dug a tunnel to freedom in the prison, unbeknownst to me. Using his intelligence and courage, he successfully escaped from prison and made my many years of crimes public. At that moment, I felt an unprecedented fear. I realized that all my efforts were in vain, that my crimes would soon be revealed, and that my power would soon be taken away. When the investigators arrived at Shawshank Prison and began investigating my crimes, I felt despair. In the end, I chose to end my life. I could not face the upcoming trial and the exposure of my crimes. I would rather choose death than face my failure. I am the warden of Shawshank Prison, a former authority figure and an ultimate loser. My story is a warning against power and a punishment for greed. Andy Dufresne's redemption is not only his own, but also the redemption of everyone in Shawshank Prison. As for me, I can only end my life in my own degradation.